Hello, hello, hello. It says, what is your bro? I don't know what that means, dog. Howdy. Hey, up. Let's do it. Let's go. Everybody pile in. If you have any questions about the show, if you have any questions about weight loss, if you have any questions about any health issues, what's up, bro? Uh, oh, is what I was saying. Yeah, yeah. The first time you wrote it, I was confused. But I got you now, dog. I got you now. What's this? Putting work, Steve. Putting in work, Steve. This probably wasn't available. But what up, Steve? How you doing? AD, man. I am here to help any and everybody with weight loss. Be honest, I can help you with any kind of weight issues that you might have going on. Just let me know. I do this every single day. Yeah. We gotta get back to our other stuff, our lives. I think we messed up by stopping that. But yeah, this is I would love to have gone on the show. I made the video on Instagram and everything. I get it. Everybody don't make it. We only pick it two people, Steve. We only pick it two people. So we only picking two people. Steve, do you live in LA? What's your weight situation? How much weight do you feel like you need to lose? What's your height and weight? Tell me. The one thing that people can always do is do it along with the show. When we do weigh-ins, do your weigh-ins. Do it with the show. It's keto long term. I don't there's so many different forms of keto. I struggle with keto in a couple of senses. I feel like keto because what they're trying to get you to do is eat more fat. Because if you eat more fat and you don't eat carbs, because you already know your body is ran off of carbs mostly, and that's sugar. But if your body doesn't have any sugar available, then it begins to eat the fat. I get it. So then, I don't know which keto you're doing. So I'm only just going to speak from a broad perspective when it comes to keto. So therefore, eating meat, drinking milk, eating cheese, eating butter, all these things are okay to do when you're doing keto. So I feel like keto is like, to me, the new version of the Atkins diet. That's the way I feel about it. And with the Atkins diet wasn't great for your health. So you're talking about people getting high cholesterol. You're talking about people getting high blood pressure. So I just think you got to be careful on how you use these things and the way you use these things. Some of these things, if you're using it just to lose weight, it's more of a short term kind of thing. I understand that everybody wants to lose weight and everybody's looking for the, different ways of doing it and still be able to eat. I think ultimately what you got to do is kind of change your lifestyle. Even doing the cleanse and things like that, I don't feel like that is a long term thing that people are actually capable of doing. I think it's a short term thing. I think it's a thing that you can do a couple times a year to keep your body on pace, to keep your body healthy. But ultimately, what you're going to have to do is eat a balanced diet that's going to improve upon your life and not hurt your life. And I think that that's the key. So I don't really feel like keto is a long-term kind of thing, me personally. Now, other people may have different viewpoints. I get it, but ultimately, I know if you keep doing keto for long periods of time and you're eating meat, butter, cheese, and things like that, things with a lot of fat in it, then ultimately you're definitely going to have high cholesterol and you're definitely going to have high blood pressure, period. Um, yeah, so I love the show and I'm excited that you continue to do it. It's very inspiring. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. The show is tough to do. The show is real tough to do. And let me tell y'all why it's so tough. Because they come live with me. They actually live there. And I hate it. I really do, man. Because I don't want to have roommates. I don't want to have people in my house. But they try to be respectful. Just like right now, it's so funny, man. They got somebody's has a cutting board in the house with lemons and a knife on top of it, and it's been there for the last 2 days. And I'm just like, what are we doing? Can we clean this up? And then also when I have the maid come clean on the weekends, people don't have their house prepared to be clean. That's important. You don't just call the maid and then you run out the house. You have to prepare your house to be clean. So I feel like we're wasting money when we're not prepared to have the maid there. It says what your background and how do you get oh, what's my background? How'd I get into herbal medicine? To be honest, my background is I'm a businessman. I hire herbalists. I hire all of these people. Um, basically for me, what happened was I was playing basketball overseas. I came back to America. I was playing in Australia. I came back to America and I decided not to go back. I was like, let me just kind of figure out how I'm gonna make money in the United States. I didn't really enjoy my time in other countries and things like that and playing basketball. I felt like, time I got back to America, I felt like I was gonna have to start all over. So I might as well just figure it out now while I'm here. So what I did, so after a while, I stopped playing basketball. I started to gain weight. And basketball players, honestly, back then didn't have the best eating habits. So I didn't have the best eating habits. So I started to gain weight. And then somebody introduced the concept of cleansing to me. And I took that and I did a cleanse and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I felt better. I stopped drinking soda. So many wonderful things happened for me. And I just felt like, hey, I like that. And then I got this crazy addictive personality. So I started doing all kind of other different kinds of cleanses and stuff like that. So then what I did was I just started doing everybody's cleanse. And I noticed they all had differences within them. So I said, what if I made the ultimate cleanse? So I hired a couple herbalists and I started getting into it, me and my brother. And a year later, we put out the D Herbs Full Body Cleanse. The letter D, if you know, so you got D Herbs, it's really Dolphin Herbs. Dolphin is my last name. So that's really where a lot of this stuff comes from. Dolphin is my last name. It's AD Dolphin. So you got Dolphin Herbs. So that's where it all really, really stems from. That that whole thing. And the thing that's so great about that is that my grandfather's company back in the day was called Dolphins of Hollywood, and it had the D and the H in it. So I was always happy I was able to get those initials and call my company D Herbs. But yeah, that's how I got into it. I hire herbalists, I hire the best in the business to help me create the formulas. And the more and more I got into it, the more information I started coming across, the more I started studying, and it just became my life. And that's how I really, really got into herbal medicine and things like that. It seems like I love to have roommates. I don't. I really don't. I hate it. I hate it more than life itself. You know what's so funny about me is I like when the house, and I don't know how you guys are, but I like when you live in a house and it doesn't look like you live in the house. That's the kind of house for me. That's the perfect house for me. A house that it doesn't look like you live in, but you live there. That's for me. I like the house to be really, really clean. And, when you don't live there and it's not your house, you abuse things. It's kind of like you're a renter. So I feel like that's the way I feel sometimes. But yeah, yeah, minimalist. I'm definitely probably that. Shoot, I like the house to be spotless. Like when I'm there, the maid could probably come once every 2 months because I'm spotless when it comes. I'm super, super clean. But having people there, I gotta have the maid there once a week. Period. What workout plans can you give for someone who is 330 and can work out only, God, 1 day of the 6 days? That's crazy. We gotta find more than 1 day. But if I was gonna do only 1 day, I would probably do like more or less a lot of cardio. I would get on the Stairmaster for about 45 minutes to an hour. And then I would do a full body workout from that point. And if you couldn't get back to the gym and you only can go 1 day a week, maybe you start doing push-ups, maybe you start doing sit-ups, maybe you start doing um um things along those lines. I would find things that didn't require a gym per se that I could still do at home. So there's a lot of calisthenics and things like that that you can do at home. I would do more things like that. That's what I would do. But you definitely gonna have to find more than 1 day a week if we're 330 pounds. Let's find it. It's in your schedule somewhere. It says that's a house. That's